Hello everybody and welcome to yet another live stream here today. I'm getting started. I recorded a video yesterday and I uploaded that. It's uploading right now actually. It's not going to be out till tomorrow technically because I stupidly uploaded it in 4K, which means it's going to take a whole generation for that thing to be out. But what's up Yukari and what's up Austin Bear? And we're coming in with a swing and a bang, I see. Let me test my audio. Alright, normally I test my audio before every stream, but I didn't have time to do that because I felt like I was kind of in a rush, so... Oh, you pause it. That's kind of already paused. Alright. Alright, let's get adjusted real quick. Let me get my stuff. Alright, how's the audio? Can you guys hear the game? Can you hear me? Okay. Yep, my audio seems fine. I've actually been... I think my audio's at a place where I like it. Because normally I feel like I'm too loud or too quiet, but I think I like this one. Oh, okay. Alright, what's up? We got Pedro, Asher, Yukari, and Austin Bear all immediately in here. What's up, guys? Did you like the thumbnail? I had to throw it together in literally like 20 seconds, so... yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised it even came out that well. I also think I used the wrong font for the evolved in the title, since obviously that's not a part of the background. I add that. So, because I've used it in all the other Jurassic World Evolution streams, but I think it's wrong in this one. But I don't know if anybody's even going to notice nor care, but whatever. Anyways, we're getting adjusted. Start what? We're not starting that, Yukari? What are you talking about? I hate SUV taillights. Doesn't everybody? Yeah. I like the thumbnail. Thanks, Pedro. Alright, so I'm guessing you can all hear me. We're all fine. What was it? Okay, a couple things. First of all, when I have a tendency to stutter and, like, hesitate more or use repetitive language whenever I'm tired. So get used to that for the next, like, 2 hours. Alright, that's the first thing. Actually, I don't even know if we can do this for 2 hours. I have to wake up early tomorrow. But I don't know. I'll try. Next things next. I'm dying mentally. I just spent. So first of all, I just spent the past 3 hours editing. Let's start with that. Then after that, or not after that on a timeline, but before that, other busy stuff I was doing earlier. Then yesterday I had to record a video. Then my internet cut out right before I was about to stream, so God decided to screw me. And then, what else? I was going to watch Don as well yesterday, but you can't do that without internet, so couldn't do that either. So basically what I ended up doing yesterday, the only thing I was able to do was make a thumbnail for the video, or the two thumbnails, potential thumbnails, for the video I'm releasing right now. So at least I got something done. And then I was able to watch Chris Rock's, like, comedic moments over the years. So I watched his... how to survive, or like how to not get your how to not get beat up by the police was the video I watched. Let's see, I got home from a 2-hour workout. Now I get an every mommy stream, relax while I work with acrylic markers I got recently at my local Hobby Lobby. Dude, Hobby Lobby is like, I don't even know. It's just it's the Dragon's Reach of suburban America, you know? I'm not sure if you've ever played Skyrim. You might not even get that reference. Everyman Zog, we aren't forcing you to stream. If you need a minute to get your mental status to a flat line, you can take one. Mental, I'd say more cognitive status. I think that, I mean, technically it's all mental, but there is a differentiation. So, like, mentally I'm fine. Cognitively, I'm tired. Cognitive is like you just work 12 hours or something. I didn't work 12 hours. Well, okay. Literally, yes. At a job, no. So, yeah. But it's a cognitive thing. It's not mental. Anyways, I got some discussion topics for today. So, we're at least covered on stuff. I'm a little messed up, but I still have my stuff from yesterday, since I did, in fact, plan on streaming. Which, by the way, you guys probably know this by now, but I'm just going to point this out anyways in case you thought this yesterday. I'll never make an excuse for why I'm not doing something. If I don't want to do something, I'm going to tell you to screw yourself, and I'm not going to do it, right? But I'm never going to be like, oh, by the way, I can't stream this day, guys, because, you know, my dog's cat died or something. You know, my kitty beaver died. I'm never going to come up with a random excuse. I'm going to tell you either something's popping up that day, or I'm going to tell you, hey, I don't actually feel like doing that, so we're not doing it. You know, it's kind of like, I've done that with multiple videos so far, where we've done like a poll on what video do you want to see, and then I'm like, well, guys, I don't really feel like doing that, so we're not doing it. You know, it's like the Limu, Emu, and Doug Dark timeline. I still haven't done that. I mean, I plan to eventually, maybe, I don't know, sometime in the year, perhaps. Let's see. I'm working on making better art of war machines, since whenever I would use colored pencils to make them look pretty, it was always bad. Oh, that is cool. Let's see. What do you draw? Okay. That's because Pedro was asking about what are you drawing. Alright. Dodge. I noticed Dodge isn't in the chat. He's busy these days. He's got a wife overseas. That's what's keeping him busy. Alright, so, I'm not really sure what we're going to do today. So, let me take a look. I'm going to see what we're doing. Then after I see that, then we're going to bring up random discussion topics. I got one in mind, and then I think a second one. I kind of lost my train of thought on the second one, but the first one... No, actually, no, I remembered the second thing. Okay, so we have... Oh, right, I forgot these things are imbeciles. The herbivores. I could have... Yeah, there's multiple homocephali. These things are just stupid, and they go off on their own. Like, what are you doing? Go with your freaking pack, you moron. Alright, let's see. We got the Tarbosaurus here. Man, I forgot I added a lot of stuff. Okay, Proceratosaurus. Let's see. Troodons are here. I still have the T-Rexes that I, for some reason, haven't shot in the head yet. Let's see. Tapejara. Pteranodon, Montosaurus. Okay, all the Hadrosaurs are here. Dilophosaurus, Compys, Spino, Velociraptor. Okay, so we got all our stuff. Are we bringing up this Farmer Dave thing already again? We're bringing up the farm. We just started this Jurassic World Evolution stream. We're already bringing up Farmer Dave, and don't think I forgot about him either. I remember exactly what you're talking about. Let's see. What about WX? Did you text him? Dude, I'm not even going to bother texting him. There's no way he's even awake right now. Either that or he's going to join and fall asleep immediately. So, yeah, it ain't even worth it. I feel like putting in the effort to do it. Was it a traditionalist, if you would? Okay, I could probably make digital art decently, but I don't have a stylus or a good program to do it with. So I don't. Please... Or plus, I like the calmness of working with pencils and making my hands gray. A traditionalist, if you would. Okay, I just got too used to digital. You disrespecting Farmer Dave? I didn't disrespect Farmer Dave. I'm just saying I remember him. Okay, also, another quality you guys probably also have seen before is when I get tired, I also get bluntly honest, and I'm kind of an a-hole. So that's gonna be a quality here. Alright, we need to find a creature. Let's start with that. We need an objective for today. So we got herbivores last time. If you guys remember, what was that thing I said last time? It was like, where I compared a Triceratops. I was like, it's like a bull with horns. And then everybody made fun of me because that was genuinely the dumbest thing I think I've ever said. Yeah, it's like that. So, we had a funny moment like that last time. Okay, I don't remember. We're not doing hybrids since this is supposed to be Jurassic Park, or like a version of it. Okay, I don't have a Carcharodontosaurus. How much space do we have? That's one thing. I'm tempted to get a Dimetrodon, but obviously it's not a dinosaur, so I'm kind of hesitant because, I don't know, it seems stupid. Let's see. Did you see the one about my kitty beaver? What are you talking about, Austin Bear? I had a kitty beaver once. His name was Dave. Oh, and that's what triggered the Farmer Dave thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. I'm assuming everybody can hear me and hear the game fine. If you can't, then just tell me and I'll fix it. Alright, let's see. So we got space over here. Alright, we got quite a lot of space. What? Dang, okay, we have a huge amount of space back here. So the path leading here, this is going to be our... Yeah, this is definitely going to be our pot of gold here. This huge chunk of land. Oh, that is delicious. Man. No reserve land here. Was that messed up? I don't know. I mean, it probably, but I don't care all that much. Alright, so we got this chunk of land. Okay, so we can use this. So we got quite a lot of stuff to work with here. We also want to expand. You know, I want to get more aviaries and stuff later, but also, do I really care all that much about... Because, I mean, think about it. Jurassic Park only really had pteranodons. Yeah, they didn't have all these other flying creatures. I mean, it's impressive that I even have one other species in there. So, you know, if we get, like, Quetzal, you know, if we get a couple of Quetzals, I think that'd be good enough. Now, how much room would we need for those? Probably not that much. So, if we just created a little area, maybe in this divot back here, then we could just do some Quetzals. I think that's what we're going to do first. I like that idea. Let's see. The only thing in my art career I have left to do is get rejected from an art school and get into the political game, is what Yukari said. Very original joke. And I need a nice stash. I loved my kitty beaver, and my kitty beaver loved me. That's nice, Austin Bear. I'm glad your kitty beaver loved you. We're gonna turn that into a running joke from now on, is the kitty beaver. Maybe I'll turn it in, it'll become an icon on the channel or something. Alright, does this... Yeah, this looks normal. Okay, I was just making sure. I also had to double check and make sure I have unlimited money, because whenever I play this game by myself, I'm playing on a challenge game, so then I don't have unlimited money, which means everything is pain and everything sucks. So, alright. I'm thinking I'll just keep the aviary the way it is, like that. I don't want to smash too many creatures in together. So I'm thinking we're just going to make a separate aviary. That's what we're going to do. Alright. I don't remember, just so you guys know, I do not remember much how to play this game. So I'm probably going to be doing stupid stuff for the next, like, hour. So just so everybody's aware. I really hate how this can't be filled in, you know? It's just, it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'll go make it a dumb Photoshop of Kitty Beaver. You do that, Asher, and then post it in the Discord. I'd like to see that. Alright. Cool. That's a good amount of space. However, we are dealing with Quetzals, so I think we need a little bit more. Alright, that's probably good. I'd say that's fine. Now let's get some water and then some trees and smoke them. That's pretty much it. Alright, so first discussion topic. Well, let's see if there's one other thing for today. Okay, Yukari's talking about... Alright, it's uniform time. It's time to talk about uniforms. Everybody focus up. Yukari's got something to say. I'll read it in a second. I'm putting water down currently. It's really important. I promise you. Alright, cool. Alright, what are we saying? I don't know why I'm pausing the game like it isn't already paused. Or you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. Alright, guys, it's uniform buying planning time, which that was a little bit much, but alright. Which uniform should I get? Should I get a modern-day Russian uniform, or do I get the rest of the German World War II kit I need? Just get the rest of the German kit. I mean, it's better to complete the set that you have, rather than just go off and, you know, I'm gonna buy a Russian outfit. Or a Russian uniform, I mean, I guess, yeah. Let's see, make it like the cat owl. Okay. Should it be a cat head on beaver body, or the other way around? Make it kind of like the beef coon. You guys ever watched iCarly with the beef coon? I know you're all my age, but I feel like I'm the only person who's old enough to have seen iCarly, you know, or to have actively watched it, I mean. Alright, cool. Alright, what are we saying? I don't know why I'm pausing the game like it isn't already paused. Or I'm you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. Which uniform should I get? Should I get a modern-day Russian uniform, or do I get the rest of the German World War II kit I need? Just get the rest of the German kit. I mean, it's better to complete the set that you have, rather than just go off and, you know, I'm gonna buy a Russian outfit. Or just get the rest of the German kit. I mean, it's better to complete the set that you have, rather than just go off and, you know, I'm gonna buy a Russian outfit. How many of you have seen it? I think that's the thing I should be asking. Because that was one of the shows I used to watch. Because, you know, I'd watch SpongeBob, I watched Victorious, watched iCarly. So, not sure if that reference went over everybody's heads or not. Let's see. See, Everyman, I haven't even finished my Vietnam U.S. Marine kit. And I've had that like a year or two. Then finish that. I mean, I don't know how expensive it is, so then that obviously plays a factor, but is there a... Let me see if there's a thing I can put up for decoration that... I guess it's the same as the other one, but it doesn't really matter. Because, I mean, it's not specific to them. Alright, so what was the thing I had in here? Right, aviary hatchery. I'm gonna want one of those again. Sweet. Alright, and then what was the other thing? Yep, remote viewing entrance. Alright, cool. So we're being productive. That's a lot more than I was expecting today. I kind of expected me to just wander around like an idiot most of the time, but looks like we're getting our money's worth. Alright, let me see. Isn't there there's a other thing for this, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, I think? Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let me just... Is there like a better place to put this? Here, let me make some land in the middle here instead of being an idiot. There we go. So now I can put this here. Cool. Nice. Alright, wonderful. What's everybody saying? In answer to your question, Everyman, I've watched like 3 episodes of it. That's disappointing. Oh no, Dave was horrifying, but Dave chucked wood around my lawn. That was an interesting sentence. Haven't watched it, but yes. Oh, okay. On the topic of kids shows, have y'all seen 2017 DuckTales? Dude, I'm really tired of people bringing up DuckTales. I mean, not that you've brought it up before. Well, actually, I think you have, but that's not really my point. Other people have brought it up so commonly. I'm like, guys, I get it. DuckTales is good. Can we stop talking about... Why did my game just... I don't remember that even being the button to speed the game up like that, but I guess it was. I don't know. Anyways. Let me put a decoration outside, and then we'll get our Quetzals in here. I should probably also... Is there an emergency bunker already near here? Yes, but not one right here. That's probably fine. I'll be the typical Jurassic Park staff. It's probably okay. We don't need safety. I just heard a weird... That sound just hurt my ears. Okay. Everyman, what's your opinion on Hamas potentially leaving Gaza after the new peace group was formed? I'm glad we brought up I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I am glad we brought up a discussion topic. What is it? My opinion? I mean... Well, they're leaving. They're not just ceasing to exist. So, my opinion is that they're probably either just going to come back, they're pretending to leave, and they're not actually leaving because they're guerrilla fighters, or they're just going to go to the neighbors and do the exact same thing. So, my opinion is it's probably some kind of ploy. Now, does that mean not negotiate with them? Of course not. But it does mean that I wouldn't exactly trust that they're going to follow their word on things. Is that... I can never... I don't know. Maybe that's good. Yeah, I like that. That's fine. Alright. One topic I did want to bring up today was... did you guys see how... So... All Trump said was he had and I quote, very nice conversation, the best conversation, in fact, with Tim Waltz. And then supposedly Tom Homan also had a call with Tim Waltz. Now, the immediate result of that call is now the entirety of the police force in Minnesota, or state police force, has been deployed in full riot gear and has arrested multiple protesters. So, what does this mean? Well, it's pretty obvious what this means. It goes... Oh, I've never told you guys about this, have I? Okay, well then allow me to explain. There are, and this is what I always say, there are two forms of persuasion in this world. That's violence and manipulation. Those are the two forms. There is no such thing as structured debate. There is no such thing as organized diplomacy. You know what diplomacy looks like? I'm gonna kill you if you don't do what I want. That's what diplomacy looks like. Now, it doesn't look like that on the surface, because if things looked like that, people would say, wow, that's not very nice, because we've constructed the overall complex of what we call ethics and morality, which, of course, has about as little application as, I'd say, pickles on a Subway sandwich, despite the fact that you asked for pickles, right? And so, anyways, with this in mind, diplomacy does not work like, wow, I'm glad we could come to a conclusion, friend, shakes hands. No, diplomacy works like, hey, I'm going to blow you up unless you do this thing. Or, how about this? You either have your entire family killed, or you do what I ask. And then maybe we'll pretend like this didn't happen. And so anyways, my point being with this, most likely what happened is they gave him an ultimatum and said, look, you're the most obvious... I would say suspect, if that's, I mean, legally it's the right word, but I feel like he should be labeled a little bit more than just a suspect, given how obvious it is. We'll just say suspect for lack of a better word. He is the most obvious suspect in the multi-billion-dollar fraud case in Minnesota. So, you have two options. You can either go to federal prison and rot, and then your family probably, I'm sure, also has some sort of major consequences, plus all your money is seized, or we can look the other way / pardon you, either one, in return for you bending over and allowing law enforcement to do their freaking job. So it looks like he bent over, because obviously every politician is out for themselves. They have no allegiance to anything. So, you know what the result is? Now the entire state police force is on the case. Which, of course, this is... sorry. This is a happy ending, I say. This is a happy result for everything that's been going on in Minnesota, but it's treating a symptom, not treating a disease, right? And so the disease still exists, but it's just going to move on to places like California and St. Louis. It's not, or I should say Chicago is probably a bigger location for this. St. Louis will be more violent. Chicago will be more annoying. We'll say that. And so anyways, that's probably going to be, those areas are going to be other targets that I'm sure ICE will be heavily involved with next. So that's my opinion on that. Thoughts, anybody? Anyone have any thoughts on that? Right, I'm supposed to be summoning new creatures. I say summoning like I'm not literally creating them in a lab. Okay. Quetzalcoatlus 2022. That's kind of cool. I don't want to do that, but I think it's cool that that's a thing. Alright. I don't like how the genomes work in this game. You know, in the first game it worked like, you know, like a level 1 upgrade, level 2, that kind of thing. But in this game it works off of a chance. So the stat is always the same. The only difference is like, do I want a 100% chance? You know, it means that every single time I do this, because anything below that is just, you don't get the trait. And then it's worthless. And then, you know, there's no point at all. Oh, I saw someone said something in chat. I'm sorry, am I misunderstanding something? That... Not really. There's not a whole lot of context with that, so I don't really know what to reply with. Like, I don't know, are you missing something? Let's see. I think law enforcement can calm down a little, but it's unfortunate they need full riot gear to functionally operate. Well, a lot of it is intimidation, right? So they don't need full riot gear. They're not getting shot at most of the time. But, or at least in the case that they're in now. If they're pursuing somebody, they would. But in this case, it's intimidation. So, obviously, what is this? Your audio broke? Let me see. Sounds fine. Maybe it was just a one-off thing. Did I just hear that sending the forces that have already killed multiple people and giving them full power is a good thing? That's a very nice way to reframe what I just said. I said it was a happy ending in the sense that law enforcement has responded effectively, and that's it. No more constant... Because now you don't have the cases of ICE can randomly kill somebody, and you also don't get the cases where the protesters are constantly standing out obstructing law enforcement. Because remember, the police work differently from ICE. ICE is law enforcement, but they are not the state police. They don't function the same way. So, let me reframe it in a way that you would think is better, I guess. If the police are around you, nobody is immune to the law, including other police officers. So if an ICE agent randomly kills somebody, let's say it's totally unjustified and we'll paint it as like they just kill somebody at total random, then the police can still arrest that person. They're not immune to that. And then also, they're surrounded by cops, so that's another thing. Also, the police exist a lot of the time as, well, first of all, deterrent. That's the first thing. Second of all, they exist to calm down situations. They are trained to calm down situations. That's the important part. A lot of law enforcement are trained to do specific things. Now, I personally happen to be more in favor of ICE, but one of the biggest flaws of ICE is that they don't have strict qualifications. And because they don't have strict qualifications, you know what that means? They're not trained to deal with a lot of situations that the police are. So, in other words, the police are the far, far more qualified individuals, so I'm happy the police are responding, because it's better than sending in rando number 2 with a shotgun to deal with the situation. Does that make more sense? Let's see. You might need to repeat everything you just said within the last 30 seconds. Alright, never mind. It wasn't your audio. It was my end being weird. I was going to say, I just looked at my audio and it wasn't a problem. Although, I do appreciate you pointing that out, though, because sometimes I have those issues. Alright. Dude, it only incubates 1 Quetzal at a time. That's insane. Any thoughts from Pedro or Asher on the matter? Or are we just neutral? Neutral's always okay, but sometimes it's good to have an opinion. Is this thing still claiming that it's lonely? You know your entire pack is here. You're just intentionally ignoring them. You're not lonely, you're just stupid. This might quote that. Let's see. What I see of a lot of Republicans saying online, okay, that was... Wait, no, I just read that wrong, sorry. Online saying is to Soviet Union style throw more agents at the problem, but what needs to happen is train them better to deal with situations. Pedro said no thoughts and no comments. That's alright. I was just mostly making sure you're still there. But, what is it? Yeah, I think the biggest thing with ICE is it should be treated not entirely like military, but it should be treated more militaristically, in the sense that you need to train individuals better, give them better equipment, things like that. Because right now, I mean, they're more of a kind of paramilitary that's sent out. They're too militia-like, is my point, and that doesn't work, right? So one of the biggest flaws with them is that there's moles every... Fantastic. Offense broke. Where are we at now, boys? It better not be a T. It's a T-Rex. Oh my god. Alright. Well, we got problems. Oh, that's wonderful. Yup. How you like that? How you like them apples? Yup. God just spawned a magical fence in front of you. Break out from that, stupid. Oh, and we're gonna find a new fence. Okay, I see how it is. One sec. Anyways, let me just trank this. So what I was saying before I was interrupted by a T-Rex was... What is it? Okay, here we go. There's too many moles in ice. Because of how easy it is to sign up for ice, it leaves them very open to infiltration. Because, like, obviously the way that people always know where ice is going to be somehow, they have moles. It's obvious they have moles in the system. But these moles aren't flushed out because anybody can sign up. So, if anybody without a psych evaluation can sign up, guess what you get? Infiltrators. That's why those exist in FBI, CIA, that kind of thing. Is so you don't get these people randomly Dang, that was fast. They took that thing down. So you don't get these people who randomly infiltrate the organization. So I think one of the things is they need to be trained better, and they need to have better checks and security for getting into it. I know they want a lot of people right now. Now, okay, I'll discuss a theory in a second. Let me read the chat first. A lot of issues, possibly majority with law enforcement you see online, are the fault of defunded police departments not being able to provide good training to officers and deputies. You see it a lot. Yeah, I think that's a big problem. And you don't want to inflate them too much, but I think taking away their power only makes everything worse. Alright, so here was the theory I was going to go with. Now, I want to preface real quick and say that I do generally like the president a lot. And I also agree with a lot of the things he does. That being said, he is still, first of all, a politician, and second of all, a very self-centered politician. Now, I'm okay with him being self-centered. That's not my problem either. Let's go through the cutscene of this Quetzal. Dang, that thing's big.
They say everything is bigger in Texas, and that certainly applies to their fossil
Hear that, Pedro?
finds.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
This is definitely one for the record.
You can interpret that how you
want. We're talking about one of the largest flying animals.
Is this thing fine with being solo, or does it want a friend?
It's not a bird, and it's not a plane.
Right, I forgot to add feeders. Only the most important thing in this enclosure. Alright. One sec. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, cool. Anyways, Pedro said what?
That's so cool.
That's right. You heard the man. Alright, anyways, what was I saying? I'm done and it's absolutely horrible. What are you done with and what's horrible? I feel like I need context of what you're talking about before I can reply to it appropriately. I know you're probably building up to the comments, so I should just shut up. But in the meantime, I'm going to say real quick. Anyways, one thing that... Oh, never mind. Alright. I'm not saying every police station needs 400 MRAPs on standby. However, they also don't need to have Marine Corps style of just... You get all the stuff, so we don't issue anymore, but the rest yourself. Check the server. Server? Okay, well, at least it's not some problem I've done. What am I... What... Alright. Alright. What is that? What am I looking at? Asher. Asher. What is that? We're over here talking about politics. Asher's over here making the beef kitty. It's the beef kitty, guys. It's the kitty beaver. I don't even remember which order it was in. Wow. Ain't that something? How did you even... Why? Pedro said that's cute. On what planet is that cute? I can't even say this looks like something from Avatar. This looks like something I'd see in hell. Alright. Alright, buddy. Get off the server. You're banned. All roads lead to Rome? Apparently not. Why am I still seeing this stupid number combination everywhere I go, man? This generation sucks. Alright. Well, that was an interesting moment. Thanks for giving me clip material, by the way. I needed that. I want 1,000 views on something again. I crave it. On what planet? My mind. Okay. Okay. Well, thoughts on the beef kitty before we move back to politics? By the way, I was kind of scared Asher was, like, mad about something at first. Because he was like, I'm done. This is absolutely horrible. And I was like, I need some context for what we're talking about. Because, you know, if I said something that offended you, I don't know if you don't tell me. But, no, you were talking about the beef kitty. Yeah, that makes sense. I would be... Yeah, that thing... That ruined my life, seeing that. But it's okay. Not everything's ruined yet. There's still hope. There's still time. I'm gonna add more rock to the enclosure. There we go. Is this thing happy now?
Asset transportation underway.
Dang, this thing's huge. Jesus. The heck? Alright, well, I guess if it doesn't explore, it's not going to notice. Alright. I'll go another 15 seconds or so, and then we're going to go back on topic. Alright, what are we saying in chat? I think it's kitty beaver, not beef kitty. I don't know. Which do you guys like better, beef kitty or kitty beaver? You know what, guys? Actually, save your vote. I'm going to turn it into a poll later. That's going to be my last course of action for tonight, as I'm going to turn it into a poll. I'll post the poll tomorrow. Like, I'll make it tonight and then post it tomorrow. Oh, hang on, guys. Newest video just uploaded 7 seconds ago. Sweet. You guys don't have to watch it right now, but I beg you to watch it tomorrow. Or after the stream. Which, technically, after the stream will still be tomorrow, I think. So, just watch it tomorrow. It's Kitty Beaver. Alright, it's Kitty Beaver, I guess. I'm still making a poll on what we'll decide on. Even if you all unanimously decide the same thing, I still want to make the poll just so random people see it. And they're like, the hell is this? Alright, anyways. Back on topic. By the way, guys, I just want to say, thanks for making this a good stream. I'm having fun so far. I think it's usually when I play Jurassic World Evolution 2, I have a good time. Also, as a thing I mentioned earlier, I'm cognitively tired. I am not mentally tired. So usually, I get a little bit of both. Today, it's mostly cognitively. But you can tell, I'm speaking full sentences, I'm fine. You know, I'm saying whatever it is. I'm not having any troubles thinking of stuff. I mean, I am, like, on the short term, but not significant. I just looked up at my TV and then remembered that I'm supposed to watch Don to Don. Holy crap. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, that reminds me. I'm watching Iron Lung tomorrow, boys. Let's see. I'm trying to find a photo of Farmer Dave. I can't find one. Hang on. It's probably not that necessary. The last thing I want to see is some, like, 10-toothed hillbilly in my Discord server. I don't know. Maybe he looks fine, but... Alright, let me get some more rock in here. I guess this rock isn't enough. There you go. Take more rock. It's alternative, too. Ha, ha. Really funny. Alright, it's happy. Sweet. I'm gonna name you... Let me think. King Pedro. There we go. We got King Pedro. Everything's bigger in Texas. Just pose a picture, I'll post a picture of Crazy Dave. I'm not doing... Oh, you're saying for him to do that. Yeah. He's surprisingly classy. Indeed. Perhaps he is. I just imagined my name being called, and it kind of startled me for a second. Anyways, we're going to make another one of these things. So, what were we talking about? Back on topic. Well, kinda. I don't know. My mind's going in like 10,000 different directions right now. By the way, I think the main reason for today that I'm able to think so well is because I got a decent amount of sleep. Well, actually, I got just about the same amount of sleep I usually get, which is 6 hours. Actually, it's not usually that much. Maybe that's why. Yeah, it was 6 hours. I guess I'm used to 4 hours now, which is why 6 hours must be much better. So that's a part of the reason. The other part of the reason is because I woke up at 4 a.m. instead of waking up at 5 or 6. So that also probably has to do with it. Everyman, if you want to see Dave's hand, I posted it. It's all I have. His hand? Oh. It's just some normal dude's hand with a gun. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I was waiting to see, like, the Grinch's hand or something, but that's just a normal guy's hand, so I can't tell whether to be disappointed or relieved, but it's probably a bit of both. Thanks for naming the non-dinosaur after me. The Quetzal's a dinosaur. I mean, you can argue that the... Well, no, not really. The pterosaurs are all considered dinosaurs. I mean, you could argue they're not true dinosaurs, but they are still... They do fall under that. Besides, this thing's cool. It's not like I named some little lizard thing after you. Let's see. I have Farmer Steve, who's just his brother, which lets me fly his plane. I feel like I've heard enough about your relatives, Yukari. I probably know more about your family than half of your family does. I don't know, maybe. Or you guys are like a super tight-knit group or something. What is this? Oh, dinosaur already. Okay. How would I even airlift a aerial creature here?
Quetzal Coatless to the park.
I feel like that's a little much. Yeah, it's a little much. Let me think. Ooh, I got a good one. Queen Beak instead of Queen Bee. You guys like that? You better, because we're sticking with it. Let's see. They aren't my family, they're friends. I don't know, man. You're calling him Uncle Dave, so I'm assuming you're related. Farmer Dave. Uncle Farmer Dave. Put as many adjectives in front of his name as possible. What were we talking about before? I think we were talking about... Oh, we were talking something political. Did I even finish my thought? Maybe I did. I don't know. Anyways, that's basically it. Like it, everyman? Like what, his random picture? I'm not seeing anything to like. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you give it to the non-dinosaur. You gotta speak in full sentences, Pedro. I don't understand incomplete thoughts. There's a reason your teachers criticize you for using fragments. Let's see. We were talking about police in Minnesota. Yeah, I think I finished my thought on that. Which is basically, yeah, the police have won. Success. That's about it. Moving on to the next problem in the United States of America. Let me think. What's another thing? My other thought that I was thinking of was related to that show I watched, which was my love story with... That was dramatic. Alright. My love story with Yamada at level 999. Or it's Yamada-kun, but we don't use honorifics in the United States, so that crap can suck it. In the meantime, watch that show. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. Now, in the review, you might notice I am very unenthused in that review. Or I'm enthused enough, but I don't really know what to say. The reason being, it has the most bare-bones, typical romance plot of all time. It's actually so average, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, it's just like... It's almost impressive how average it is. And so anyways, you'll tell that I struggled a lot with that review. The review's only 8 minutes, by the way. It's another speed review, just like my one for Tomo-chan as a girl. It's the same thing, except I think it's even shorter, actually. Is it shorter? Let me see. The Everyman, I had it right there. What am I doing? I had the video right there as my reference point. I just clicked the wrong thing. There it is. Okay. Okay, so it is longer than my Tomo-chan as a girl review, but just by a couple of minutes. Let's see. Alright, I'm done making thing, is what Asher said. Oh boy. I don't want to see the updated version.
That has been collected.
I posted more stuff in Discord if you want more McGrew Farmer lore. McGrew Farmer lore? Is McGrew like their last name? This is Steve. I drive by that windmill in their golf cart all the time whenever I go and visit. Those fields in the background are filled with sweet corn, and I always bring like 5 industrial farm bags of just corn back home, bugs and all. Yep, this is Nebraska, alright. Pedro said yummers, like Homelander. Okay. Alright. So we got the Quetzals. That's a good jump up and stuff. I like that. And it makes sense that King Pedro is the alpha. Alright, cool. So, that's a mission accomplished. What time is it? How long have we been doing this for? Let me see. We have been doing this for 48 minutes. Wow, it feels like it's been 2 hours. Alright, so I guess what we're going to do is we are going to have to pick something bigger to work on. Let's see. That's Iowa, you simpleton? You said you drive by it. You live in Nebraska. I don't think you're driving that far. I mean, maybe. Maybe you're on the border or something. Or, like, near the border, not literally on the border. And yes, they're the McGrew brothers. For some reason, I can't find Dave in any of them, which is sad. I don't know why I've heard your entire, like, what is going on here? Okay, I guess we're failing to make money in this thing or something. The heck's going on? I can reasonlessly tear down all their stuff for some reason. That's nice. I'll just keep it up. It's not like I need money anyways. I said I drive by it when I visit. They live like an hour and a half or so away. Oh, okay, so it is far away. I don't know why my ears are like Now suddenly I gotta clean my ears. How often do you guys clean your ears? I do so every other day. I know somebody who, like, basically never does, and it's pretty gross. Just a random question. What's going on here? Dennis is always plotting a way to escape, but he's not big enough to make it actually happen. The freaking T-Rexes are annoying, though. Alright. Let's see. What can we get to work on? Like twice a month? Or if they feel... What? Okay. Oh, okay. Like twice a month, or if I feel they are dirty. Show every day then? What do you mean every day? Okay. Asher said twice a month. Dang. I don't know how you even go that long. Alright. Let me find something real quick. Let me fix this first. Yugar said, I clean them whenever I get out of the shower because the wax is softened and easier to remove. I do the same thing. Alrighty. So that's been done. Let me find a hatchery. Cool. Alright, see what we got. Asher said I use a jackhammer. Dang. They say don't stick stuff in your ears, but I see you stick stuff in your whole skull. That's a good compromise. I hear that helps. Alright, let's see. What can I get? I already have these. I can get Monolophosaurus. I kind of want those. I've also got Megalosaurus. That could be cool. The thing is, in this game, there isn't a limitation based off of like whether it's small or large. Everything just attacks everything else. So there's not a whole lot I can do. Let's see. I didn't realize I didn't have a Rhinosaurus in here. I don't have as many creatures as I'd like. At least it feels like I don't. I kind of want a Concavinator, but these things are very aggressive, and that's obviously not the easiest thing to manage. I like the Australovenators a lot, but I don't want to have them all the time. Acrocanthosaurus. I'll do the Monolophosaurus. What is it? Oh, what's up, Dodge? It's good to see you, man. Everybody's chilling. We're having a good stream. Let's see. Didn't know you were a woman, Asher, is what Austin said. What? Anyone watch the Fallout show? And if so, what do you think? Okay, so I haven't watched the show, but you ever watch, like, so much on a certain thing that you haven't physically sat down and seen, that you've basically watched that thing? It's like that. So, I know literally every detail of the show, but I have not sat down and watched it on Paramount. So, I basically have, yeah. I watched a whole video on how, a lot of it is like communist propaganda, and the guy's exaggerating a little bit, but he means it literally, and in a lot of ways, yeah, kinda. Basically, from what I have seen, though, dude, they butchered New Vegas. And a lot of the reason behind it A lot of people are thinking it's because Bethesda wants to butcher New Vegas, since New Vegas is like the ultimate, you know, middle finger to Bethesda. Because they had way less budget, way less time to make a game, and then they made something that everybody loves. How are the snow globes, everyman? Oh, they've been good. I don't know. I choked on a couple, but we're still doing fine. Nothing too problematic. Commies where? In that direction, Yukari. In the direction of the Fallout TV show. By the way, I saw what they did to the Brotherhood of Steel. It's really sad. I picked the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout 4, and then obviously I've played Fallout 3. And then I even did some stuff with them in New Vegas. So it's really sad to see what they did to them in the show, making them look like idiots. It's upsetting. They're trying to turn Fallout too much into Borderlands, and that's not good at all. Which I don't really know why. I'm pretty sure Fallout is a bigger franchise than Borderlands, just from what I know. I also think it's more successful than Borderlands, so I don't know why they would copy I mean, I like Borderlands, but Borderlands is meant to be satire. It's meant to be funny, but... or at least parts of it is satire. But what I don't understand is why Fallout would mimic that, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. Alright. So we're going to end up making an enclosure for the Monolophosaurus, I guess. And we're probably going to end up doing it, I guess, around here. Possibly. Something like that. Well, we'll give it a go. There we go. Hey, Dodge, you missed our political discussion earlier. It was pretty funny. We had some good moments. Does this look fine back here? That's a little flawed. We'll fix it. I think we'll just get rid of this. We'll just do that. Dude, I can't see squat. Come on. I'm trying to make it like how it is over there, so it's more even. Alright. I thought the banging sound... Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, lots of stuff is being said in chat all of a sudden. Alright, speaking of communists, I was talking with a liberal friend of mine, and I called communists dirty reds. He responded with, Republicans are dirty reds because they're too red. And he has a fair point. That's some very educated discussion right there. Alright, let's see. I can't see straight right now, and I'm a bit shaky, but I'll continue watching. What, do you drink whiskey? What's going on? Also, light green is the best flavor. I refuse to hear otherwise. You're talking about eating crayons, right? Red, no, too salty. Orange, okay. Light green is pretty good, but I prefer blue. Blue's always the best. It's always the best flavor. Everybody knows that. Anyways, what was it? That reminds me of something. So, let me actually, 1 second, fellas. I want to see something real quick. Here, let me give you something to watch while I'm Google searching something. Let me go to one of the creatures. I'll go to the hadrosaurs. You guys can watch them. I'm gonna look something up. Alright, let me see. Okay, he hasn't uploaded it yet. I'll have to check back when he has. Anyways, one thing I was wanting to talk about. Let me read this real quick. We're talking about flavor, Dodge Papa Snickers. Everyman, can you play Skyscraper Simulator? It's very fun, and Markiplier played it. Dude, just because Markiplier played it doesn't mean I'm gonna play it. Yukari, I will flay and gore you. That pause. Okay. Anyways, what was it? Dang, that is a nice. You guys see that? I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I'm proud of that. Let me get it from this angle. Dang. Okay. Anyways, let me get my quick thing out of the way first. So tomorrow I'm watching Iron Lung in theaters. It comes out a day early for AMC theaters. So, yeah. Anyways, so I'm seeing that tomorrow with a buddy. So hopefully that movie's good. Now let me tell you guys, I trust Markiplier. I've seen a lot of his, not movies, but like, you know what I mean. His little series that he does on the channel, like a date with Markiplier, things like that. Or like space. What was it? Like Space with Markiplier or something. I don't remember what it was called, but I've seen all of those. Or at least I've seen most of them. I don't know if he's done a ton. But, yeah, I've watched those. I thought they were a lot of fun to go through. So, I'm excited for him to have his own movie. Not only is he in the movie, of course, but he's directing the movie. So, I'm excited to see what's in. And then, obviously, you got, like, Troy Baker's in it. Apparently, Jacksepticeye has an appearance in it as a voice. Or maybe he physically appears. I'm not sure. Probably just as a voice. I don't know. I'm not sure how it's going to be, but I'm hopeful. One thing I do want to express as a concern, though, is that I didn't really like the Iron Lung video game. I thought it was, first of all, boring. Second of all, even in terms of horror, it's not that great. It's really not. I mean, it's kind of scary, but there are just better things. You know, and the whole Quiet Rapture thing, it's just, I mean, you guys should know I hate dystopias. I've said this a lot of times before, and I'll say it again. Depressing things like dystopias, they just give me a bad taste in my mouth. They're not scary, they just suck, you know? Okay, maybe if it's like When Day Breaks, then it's scary, but in general, they're not, because they're so upsetting that it distracts you a lot from it actually being frightening. And so anyways, I'm not so sure how to feel about the movie, just because obviously the movie is taking from the game. But given the fact that it is indeed a movie, I'm sure he's going to be adding some of his own stuff in the lore. Or, you know, I'm sure he did something to go through that, or have permission to add on to it. Whatever they did, I'm sure there's some more stuff that goes into it. So I'm excited to see it, and I'm hopeful that it's going to be good. Everyman, would you rather buy the Markiplier OnlyFans or donate the same amount of money to Israel? I guess I'll do the first option, just because it's going to Markiplier. I mean, like, yeah, it's weird, but the circumstances by which he gets the money don't matter, you know? It's like, if I'm giving him money, he's probably just gonna give it away to, you know, charity or something. No, I'm not too big on charities. I'm not gonna get into all that. But, obviously, I think it's a lot better than just flat sending it to a foreign country that's obviously going to use it for military purposes and not use it for, you know, the good of your people. Are we still debating what colors taste like in chat? Jesus Christ. This has been going on for like 20 minutes. Alright, anyways, let me get the Monolophosaurus brought up here. I don't really need the hatchery. I think we can just do with a viewing platform. I also probably don't need 3 feeders. I'm sure that's a little bit too many. Do we have an emergency bunker over here? Yeah, we do. I'll never forgive how they made viewing platforms useless in this game. In the first game, they, like, them and the viewing gallery had a purpose. Now, the viewing gallery is the only good one. The other one, it just sucks. It doesn't work. It's just not good. It's unfortunate. We have, how close is the nearest bathroom? Apparently that's too far for most people. I guess. They're like little kids. They can't hold it for... I guess there are still kids coming here. So, you know, they may have bathroom problems, but I don't really care about them, so it's fine. Alright, let's do that. Alright, decoration. Where's it at? Oh my god, what now? Oh, it's these stupid things, that's why. Alright, well, they're gonna poison each other, and then I'm gonna have to do the medical interaction. That's gonna be fun. What are we saying in chat now? Okay, everybody's tripping balls. That's nice. I don't know how this discussion is still going. Everybody's still debating what colors taste like. Some people are saying magenta's better, some people are saying blue, some people are tripping artificial cherry flavoring. What are you talking about? Yukari, nothing makes sense anymore. Alright, well, you guys have fun with that. Decoration, right. Let me get back to this. Alright. Now, for the moment we've been waiting for. Let me get some Monolophosaurus up here. Alright, sweet. Alright, the other thing besides Iron Lung that I wanted to talk about... Dang! Okay, I didn't realize there'd be this many eggs. Maybe these things are smaller than I thought. Because there seems to be a crap ton of eggs. Anyways, what was it? The other thing was this guy called Tactical Templar. I saw a couple of his videos. Guy's pretty funny. Now, I wouldn't exactly call it a shout out, because he seems a little more passionate than... Oh my god, come on. Freaking T-Rex broke out again. Guy seems pretty passionate, which I think is good, but he's a little confrontational. But anyways, I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was interesting. Because I was in his chat, and I suggested a different title for something, and he thought it was a good idea. So that's why I was checking his channel earlier, see if he applied that. Are we really... Come on! Great, now we gotta cover this incident up. I'm getting real sick of these freaking Rexes, man. Yeah, I'm seeing online, I'm seeing a lot of criticisms of, like, Penguin Zero and things like that. Because recently Penguin Zero has been making more and more videos where he expresses political views. And obviously, if you express political views on YouTube, you've just made several thousand enemies, assuming people know you exist. So, the same exact thing has applied to Charlie and to people like him. So, thought that was... God, oh my Christ almighty, what now? Alright, you just do this real quick, and then... I probably made too many Monolophosaurs. Alright, what's going on? Oh my god. Dude. I'm about to sell every last one of you and replace you with teddy bears. I'm getting real sick of these things trying to break out constantly. Alright. Me and Everyman are not in this conversation. Yeah, Pedro, he's just kind of neutral to whatever's going on, and then I'm just pretending like it's not happening. It's gone on too long. Where's that injury? Okay. I do agree with what Charlie said, that depending on what political side you're on with a situation, you see two different situations entirely. Well, yeah, that's objectively true. Everyman, can you solve the issue between blue raspberry versus fruit punch and cherry? Blue raspberry is a better flavor. It's that simple. There you go. Discussion over.
Acknowledged.
Why does it let me select them? There you go.
No problem. Setting additional task. Ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. Every single one of you are heathens upon this planet.
Asset has been delivered.
Alright, Yukari. You enjoy your
introduce
cheap
you to
cherry over there.
Monolophosaurus. This is a
right, the
no-frozen predator
Monolophosaurus.
straight from the Jurassic. Honestly, I could wax lyrical for days, because it's hard not to be impressed by such a colorful crest, but don't be fooled. This is one tenacious hunter.
Alright, let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, those things are about the size I thought they were. Which, you guys notice how I spawned like 11 of these things? Yeah, that's a problem. I found the only purple that won't make you trip. It's deep amethyst. It's amazing that a conversation like this can even go on this long.
Transportation in progress.
I know I said this earlier on the stream, but either once the stream's over or just tomorrow, I beg of you guys to watch that new video. It's only 8 minutes long, but it took me it actually took me way longer to edit the video than to record it, which is the case with most videos I do, but not all. Like with the Shikanoko Theory video, that actually took me longer to record, I think, than it did edit, which is very rare. But with this one, it didn't take too much time. But it was just a matter of like, I don't know, I didn't even really like the video that much. Normally I love my own videos, but that one was just kind of, that's alright. Like, this is just more of an argument of right or wrong side of history. I don't really get what you mean. Dodge said, I'm partial to black myself. What do you even mean by that? You're right, Austin. Maybe what Austin means is, like, everybody thinks they're on the right side of history and that there's a wrong side when it's all a matter of perspective. If that's what you're saying, then yeah, that's true. Alright, we'll wait for all the Monolophosaurus to get down.
Confirming asset delivery. Transit has commenced.
Go with that. Normally I don't want amenities out here, but I think I'll make an exception here. Let's see. Let's go with Monolophosaurus milk mixes. Did I spell Monolophosaurus right? Look at me go. Spelled it right. Holy crap, we're still debating crayon flavors. What? Everman, what's your opinion on the AFD party? The what party? You might have to spell it out for me, because I don't really know what you're talking about. Maybe if you say what it is, I will. Oh, you're talking about in Germany. Okay. I was like, I don't think that's even in the United States, but that makes sense. Oh, well, you're talking about Germany. If they're the ones that are in... Are they the ones that are in power or not in power? If they're the ones in power, then I don't like them. If they're the ones not in power, they're probably better than what's currently existing there. Then again, I don't know anything about them, so I can't really give a judgment based off of nothing. The alternative Für Deutschland party, Elon Musk likes it. I've heard that name before. I've seen them in different contexts, but I just don't know much about them. Hopefully I don't get too many Monolophosaurus in here. At least I got their environmental needs down. Let's see, man. We'll call this one. Let's call him Dark Shaman. There we go. Don't worry about the controversies of AFD. Just don't read into it too much. They aren't in power, but they're the second highest party. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, whatever's in power right now is, like, you can't do squat without... They're basically the Council of Karens is what they are. You don't need to know the roughness of the edges. Well, it depends on how bad it is. If it's like they got some problems, but it's not super significant, then it might be a better alternative. But if they have their own things that are extremely worrying, then there's no reason to pick between two evils. Can you name Dino Baucus? It was my dog's name. Just... Okay, you said A. I was gonna say just anyone? Alright. I'll name this one Baucus.
Asset transportation complete.
Alright, there you go. Sorry, I picked a random Monolophosaurus, but I don't want to name every single one of them, which is why the ones with names are especially, well, special, is because, you know, I usually name the alpha and then I name one or two others, but I don't name them all, just because, you know, that'd be exhausting.
Assets in the air.
Just reading into why people don't like the AFD very much at some point.
Asset has been delivered.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not really interested in Germany's politics. Not only is Germany not where I live, but also Germany isn't even top 5 countries that I should be worrying about their politics. You know, it's like freaking China's politics are probably of more importance to me than Germany's. Is this Proceratosaurus still being stupid by ignoring all of his friends?
Has been completed.
Yeah, you have a whole enclosure worth of friends, and you want to pick the corner. What a goofy fella. Alright. Surprisingly, there's enough room for all these Monolophosaurus. I don't know how it's even possible, but it is.
Asset being transported.
Let's see. China doesn't have politics, it's one guy. It still has politics. It doesn't, it may not have the same election system. It still has politics, obviously, yeah. They don't just stand around and never do anything. Click. Asher's in brain rot mode. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go for here. What time is it? Alright. We're gonna go for another 6 minutes or so. Then after that's up, I'm going to end the stream because we've been going for an hour and 30 minutes. That's pretty good. That's longer than the recent streams have been. And then what else? After that, tomorrow I'm going to make a. It's just the Troodons fighting. It's not important. After that, I'm gonna make a poll whether it's Beef Kitty or Kitty Beefer. After that, I'm gonna make a short, probably out of this stream. Then I'm gonna make a T-Rex number 5's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go.
As a precaution.
Can you guys count how many times T-Rex number 5 has broken out today alone? Because I know he's broken out on stream multiple times before. And tried even more than that. Yeah, we're packing you up. Yeah, we're done with this. I don't know who we're selling it to. The freaking SCP Foundation. I don't care. We're getting you gone. I think it's called MC&D. Is that what it's called in the SCP universe? By the way, we have 4 Rexes. The only one that causes problems is that one. I wanted to keep 4, but I guess we're just going to make another one. Let's see. You good, everyman? He fell asleep. I did not fall asleep. I was just having a dramatic moment where I was staring at that thing. I'm digging whatever music is in the background.
Asset in transit.
Let's see. Oh, wait, I wasn't paying attention to the screen. Oh, there he is. Welcome back. Yeah, I was just staring at the thing dramatically. I do that a lot, so I expected that you guys would know. Alright. Still got broken property. Oh, never mind, that's this. Alright, cool. You guys can stop getting mad at me, stop giving me bad ratings. I know multiple people died, you're gonna sue me, yeah, whatever. Get on with it. If the Epstein files aren't released, then the Jurassic files aren't either. This might quote that. What you saying? I keep seeing stuff for Oshinoko. Crunchyroll wants so badly for me to watch Oshinoko. I've gotten nothing but Oshinoko ads on YouTube for literally like the past 2 weeks. It's insane. What is Oshinoko even about? All I know about it is that the ending to the manga is really bad. And from what I've heard, the anime isn't over. And if the anime isn't over, then I'm probably not going to bother watching it, because I don't want to wait. Well, I mean, that is funny, because I'm watching Dandadan next, and Dandadan is obviously not over. But I'm trying, man. So tomorrow is basically just going to be my watch day. So, you know, I'm watching Iron Lung, I'm watching Dandadan. Okay, chat just stopped updating for me. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. Jurassic Files. Y'all ever ate pure salt? What is it with Dodge and eating things? He likes to eat weird things. You're gonna sue me, but I'm one with the 4 T-Rexes. Huh. Have fun getting sued. Nah, I'm just kidding. We'll make more. Maybe that'll be the last thing we do here. How much time we got left? We got 2 minutes. I'll just do this real quick. This is the right enclosure, right? Yeah. This will be the last course of action. From moving away from romance shows to Dandadan, when do we get GUP? No. Dandadan includes heavy romance. We're not moving away from romance at all. You gotta be kidding me. Bro. You pathetic. Imagine being such an unremarkable species. Your species' own poison can kill you. What a stupid organism. Wow, that thing deserved to die. Dang, that was number 1 too. Now I gotta replace you next time. I'm definitely not doing that this time. I might even remember next time. Anyways, Dandadan's first episode, by the way, is literally called That's How You Fall in Love. Let me look it up just to check. Is done. I know there's romance in it.
Asset transit.
Romance. It literally, yeah, it literally is. Does include romance elements. The series features a developing relationship between the main characters Momo and Akaran. Yeah, it is. And then obviously the manga is going on faster than the anime, so manga fans all know it too. Airman, can you look back at the previous question regarding Iran I sent? Oh, Jesus. Alright. Yukari's in love with tanks, so that's romance enough? It's really not. What did you ask me about Iran? Oh, what do you think of us sending an armada to Iran in response to the killings? I think it's pretty freaking appropriate. This is the best opportunity we've had in decades to get rid of their stupid regime and have their own people take over with their own consent. And then we don't have to control them. We just have to help their people. Then they boot out the theocratic, fanatic government. Once they're out, they form their own government that's hopefully not theocratic. Well, one thing's for sure, it definitely won't be a Muslim, an Islamic republic. It definitely won't be that. So at the very least, it'll be a different brand, which helps. So, yeah, I would support that. Now, do we need to send in ground troops? Depends. Is it Delta Force? Right? If you can send in destabilizing forces and do like you did with Venezuela, then yeah, go ahead. You think the randos with AKs are going to beat your extremely high-tech, highly advanced weaponry? Obviously not. So, yeah, it's not going to be a full-on ground war. Ground wars are a thing of the past. Ground wars are what happens when you want to take their land and take every last drop. Not even that. You can do that without having to engage in ground war. Remember, my number one rule of warfare, I've said this before, technology is the one rule of warfare. If you have the best technology, you win. It's that simple. But you have to sustain the best technology. You can't get complacent, and you can't do stupid things with it. And it also matters the scope of the technology. Right? It's like Nazi Germany had the advantage in World War II significantly with its technology, but it blew it because it was lagging too far behind. It was expending itself too much. But it also, another thing is it didn't have a totally different time period's worth of technology. I mean, arguably it did, but not, like, for example, the United States versus, I don't know, pick a country in Africa, right? Freaking, I don't know, the Congo, let's say. Well, there's two. Okay, let me think of a better example. Algeria. Let's say Algeria, okay? The United States' military compared to freaking Algeria is basically like comparing two alien species. It's not even close to the same thing. And so, obviously the United States is like 3 centuries ahead of what Algeria probably has. Right, maybe Algeria is more advanced than other African countries. I don't know. I don't want to use the Somalian example because it's been used to death. So I want to just pick something at random and be over with it. But you get what I'm trying to say. The technological difference is so significant, you don't need a ground war. Ground war is for if you match the other person's technology. So like China, if the U.S. ever goes to war with China, which would be stupid, then it would be, you would actually have a ground war, because then it would be up to an even fight. Relatively. Maybe even selling it a little bit too much.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so yeah.
We are pleased to welcome a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Last time we had a proportional response to the Republican president, Iran lost half their navy. Yeah, in terms of Iran at least. Alright. Cool. So, we got the new T-Rex. Let me save the game, and we'll wrap this up. Alright. Cool. Germany lost between a factor of foolish leadership with Stalingrad, along with literally any other battle Mustache Man didn't allow his advisors to handle. Plus they had zero production capability. We're out of time, so I'm not going to go into a long explanation of where they went wrong and why that all sucked, and obviously there's a lot that goes into that, right? So we'll save that for next time. Maybe if you remind me, then we'll talk more about World War II and stuff. In the meantime, that is all for this time. If you guys enjoyed, please do a like, a comment, and I will see you all in the next video. Where is he? Where's the man? There we go. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic life, buddy. Goodbye, everyone.